Hello. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. Well, from the very beginning, it felt like a very small family making the film, and initially it was all about trying to keep it as naturalistic as possible, so we wanted it to feel in many ways like it was a very small group of us on set around the camera. Often it would literally be sometimes just Gareth, the DOP, Greg, Diego and I, and it was kept very small to keep that sense of independent filmmaking, to keep a sense of spontaneity and basically, you know, I can be very English, so it's about trying to get rid of all the self-consciousness and being over-polite. So the more you feel like it's an intimate set, the more you feel like you can take risks, the better it is, I think, for the acting. I think like Jin, it's about sticking to your instincts, sticking to your gut, being true to your beliefs. The rebels come together because ultimately they all actually do want good to prevail. And they're all a bit of a motley crew. They've all had quite difficult, complicated pasts, but they really, in true Star Wars fashion, they become a family. And it's not a kind of family of blood relations, but it is truly a family between them in terms of their purity of their connection with each other.
Decision to make, typically we would try and do the opposite, like a reflection of the first film. And so, for instance, at the beginning of the movie of Star Wars, you see Darth Vader in a black cape come through the door surrounded by white stormtroopers. And so in the opening of our film, our villain comes in a white cape surrounded by black stormtroopers and things like that. And I'm from England, and it feels like whenever the Empire have a job vacancy, they normally go to the Royal Shakespeare Company to get the new bad guy. And I felt like that had been done a few times now. We wanted to do something different. And I love the idea of this sort of hierarchy, this kind of class structure to the Empire, because we experienced that in England a little bit. And that like Tarkin is you know, from, you know, went to probably Cambridge and Oxford, and Krennic had more of a working class upbringing, and so Ben basically sort of embraced that, and we wanted someone that was kind of a loose cannon, that even though they're incredibly controlled and determined, there's something in there that feels like at any moment it could just ignite and he will go ballistic at you. And Ben has got that in spades. Like, he's the greatest guy in the world and he's so much fun whenever he's on set, but he can just always keep you on edge. There's an aspect about him that's very intimidating when he wants it to be, and he was perfect for the part. We didn't really talk to anyone else. He was the guy I wanted from the beginning. So.
Literally, before we'd start doing scenes, we'd be watching bits of Empire Strikes Back and we'd be totally geeking out. We'd go, this is amazing, we want our film to be as good as this. So it was just, there was just so much kind of love for what we were doing. And even extending to the crew, there'd be, I think was it Star Wars Thursday or Star Wars Friday? I think it was Star Wars Friday, and everyone would come in various kind of Star Wars type costumes. So there'd be a few kind of Chewbacca's walking around, and our great hairstylist Lisa had these wonderful kind of Darth Vader leggings that she'd wear. So there was a lot of joy in making it and being respectful to those fantastic films that have gone before us. So yeah, and in terms of we just hope that everyone loves it as much as we love making it.
Se siente increíble presentar la película en México, empezar aquí, eso, ¿no? Estar en casa, poder hablar en español, y compartirlo con mis amigos y con mi familia es un gran regalo, sobre todo porque el proceso y la gente, yo no he visto la película, terminada, me falta ese paso, ¿no? Y ahí ya te podré decir bien cómo se siente. De hecho, el día que la pueda ver con público, ese día se termina, ¿no? Ese día ya podré, pues, compartirla con alguien. Pero hasta ahora lo que yo me llevo, pues, es el viaje, son las amistades que hice en el camino, las relaciones, lo que me tocó ver, aprender, y y en esta me tocó aprender muchísimo y le agradezco mucho a Gareth y el que me haya subido en esto, que no sé, que me haya abierto este espacio. No la vi venir, la verdad. O sea, yo estaba en otra, nunca vi venir esto. Me llegó como sorpresa, como llegan las mejores cosas en la vida. Y la disfruté y aprendí, crecí, viví un rato en Londres, que es una ciudad que me encanta. Me pasaron puras cosas buenas, la verdad.